A real boss bitch like Flacco.
And I know people been saying like, oh, Drake career over with and all this shit, and I've been like contemplating like, oh, it's not over. He still got time. Drake been in the game for like years, bro. And now I'm seeing like the lawsuits and all this stuff. Like you going against the streamers and all this stuff. The streamers are our community. I can say, that's what I am, But our community is like, you can't go against us. We're directing you straight to people. We are literally the connection to the people. So if you go against us, you're going against the people, basically. So I mean, let me see. Like, I'm gonna put more input. I'm gonna put more points into this when I hear the video.
From a man, that guy.
I mean, we're jumping ahead, but you can't listen to the old no more. Like,
It's not the same.
it's not the same.
Why
Yeah.
is this-
That's
It's
the
been
problem.
corrupted.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like
Hinge.
he's stepping on his own dope.
For years, Drake stood tall as one of the
This don't look like 1080p.
present-day kings of hip-hop, excelling in the commercial lane like few have ever done
I don't know
before or
about this.
since. Plus, he was battle-tested, even boasting an emphatic win over Meek Mill when they squared off. And even when he took a definitive L to
Crazy thing is that Meek Mill song when he put out, when everybody's like that shit trash. I was like it's trash too. Then I went back and listened to it. I was like, it's not that bad though. I still ain't go back and listen to it, but it's not that bad.
Pusha T during their beef in 2018, he kept it hip-hop and bounced back, portraying himself as a student of the game.
I study rap battles for a living. Now, when you mention defenseless people who are sick in the hospital that passed away, that really sent me to a place where, I just believed then and believe now that there's just a price that you have to pay for that.
Then Kendrick Lamar came along. After throwing out some bait with Like That, a battle ensued.
Oh, John, the Super Bowl is in 2 weeks, ain't it? Super Bowl is in 2 weeks, y'all. Wait, the college football playoff, it's today.
Which, as you all probably know by now, led to the biggest defeat of Dre's life. And all the while, both Drake and his team
Yeah, it's
claimed
today.
that he was unbothered.
He didn't give a fuck. He was genuinely unfazed. As he shouldn't. He's a fucking guy. I respected it a lot, and I talked to him. That shit didn't bother him. I never saw him down ever. I never saw him kicking his fucking foot, holding his head down. And then to a point where I just stopped talking to him about it because I felt like I was the one bringing him the negativity.
But it's clear now that nothing could be further from the truth. Not only is Drake obviously bothered by it, but it's hitting
Yeah, he
him so
definitely is
hard
bothered by it. I
that
ain't gonna
he's
lie.
not just spiraling as Kendrick prophesied on his song Euphoria, but he's taking his entire career down with him through a string of historically bad decisions. And now, the fact that he's moving forward with a defamation lawsuit over a diss track feels like the final nail in the coffin for his legacy in hip-hop.
If you move forward and do a lawsuit, you're gonna look stupid. According to the doc, he said that was their response to him. Like, listen,
These are battle rappers. This is hip hop. This is rap. This is what every artist before you that had that crown did. We could go through Tupac. He did the same thing. We could go through Pusha T. We could go through Jay-Z. We could go
He
through
got on his
Ice
notes,
Cube.
ain't
We
it?
could go through, of course, Kendrick. We could go through Nas. We could go through 50 Cent,
Jay-Z,
Cameron, so many
Prodigy,
Common, Prodigy,
50 Cent.
Remy Ma, Nicki Minaj.
Me personally, I feel like Drake shouldn't have filed a lawsuit. I feel like bro, at this point you got too much money, bro. It's no the defamation. All right, bro. All right, they called you a pedo. All right, they call a whole bunch of people pedos, and they don't be. They call some people pedos, and they are. Yeah, but if you're not one, you're not one. People still love you. Then what's the point?
Nobody has ever.
Eazy-E, like-
Nobody in the history of losing a rap battle has reacted with more whole-like antics than Aubrey Graham.
But it's a rap battle. Like, you win, you lose. You can't lose and then say, I lost and it's not fair what you said. Do you go back and listen to some of these?
I think I'll have to have Drake call me up though, cause I got his number the other day. I had got his number the other day. Yeah, we was talking. I was like, bro, what do you think about the beef shit? He's like, bro, I ain't sweating about it and all this stuff like that. And then I told him about the lawsuit. He said the lawsuit that it really ain't nothing he want to speak about. I respected that. I respected him when he told me that. So I think I'm gonna just call him up again. We're just gonna have a long chat with him, me and Lil Yachty. Me and Lil Yachty been talking to. I got his number like last week, and I talked to him about it on defamation. He said he didn't want to talk about it. He want the boy to talk about it. So I'm gonna call him up and I'm gonna see what's really been like the issue about it. Like how need him to explain to me you know, I need him to explain to me what's been going on. Cause I did talk to him last week, bro. I just don't want to bring up this. We've been talking like, you know.
Diss records and how disrespectful they were.
Yeah, like, and listen, don't get me wrong.
It's your boy Luesta, and today we're diving into the self-destruction of Drake. A story that begins on May 4th, 2024, a day that historians of the culture will remember as the start of the unraveling of Drake's unchallenged dominance in hip-hop. That afternoon, Kendrick Lamar, fresh off the release of his scathing and ominous Meet the Grams, Unleashed Not Like Us, was started as a sharp diss, soon exploded into a global phenomenon, dominating the summer and eventually becoming a multi-Grammy nominated track and a defining anthem for the West Coast. From the pop-out to the unveiling of its music video, this track, which labeled Drake as a certified PDF file, made it abundantly obvious who won the battle. While Dot took endless victory laps, Drizzy unveiled terrible diss tracks like Wangwan Delilah, collaborated with Camila Cabello, and posted a succession of selfies on social media that no man approaching his 40s should be sharing with the world. In the eyes of critics like Anthony Fantano, he claimed that,
and all Drake fans can do at this point is seethe and cope and sit there obediently as he shovels trash like this down their throats, which, you know, honestly is like the closest I have come to genuinely feeling bad for Drake fans in a minute. But yeah, I don't want to hear this song ever again for the rest of my life.
For a while, it seemed like the loss.
Y'all be thinking I'm bad, right? He be worse, but you talk about when he be critiquing music, bro.
Damaging could still be salvageable. But soon, Drake revealed that he planned to do the unthinkable and pursue legal action against UMG and Spotify in the wake of the defeat, claiming that they used bots to boost Kendrick Lamar's streams and other backhanded tactics to artificially give K-Dot the edge, even though everyone seemed dubious to begin with, including his own cheerleader, Academics.
What's really interesting about Drake's claim is that if you watch the Academics interview, Academics questions the veracity, the truth of this guy saying, hey bro, are you sure? Like, somebody promised you points for bot streams? There's producers and engineers and people who feature on songs who don't get a % of the song. And somebody promised you. Academics questioned this guy's story. Anyway, Drake's lawyers saw it fit for a filing in a New York state court, and they say, look, this is some evidence of the bots.
Now, all right, I'll be honest with you. I talked to my man from Spotify. I won't say the name right now, but legit Spotify nigga. He said, hey, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what that person on your stream was talking about. Them streams, them Kendrick streams is real. That's what
I'm saying. What I did, I called the people that I know oversee those people that play like that. And I PTR'd it on my floor. They said, whack, we didn't work.
And I mess with Wack 100, bro. But he be lying sometimes. Bro. He be lying. And he might have to call me out. I had to, bro. Like, I was supposed to meet with Wack 100 like yesterday. But we didn't meet though. But it was like, bro, because I've been really trying to figure out, does he be lying? Does he be convincing himself, or does he be telling the truth? I don't know what it is.
We didn't
I gotta talk to them.
And as the world lost its mind over what this meant for his legacy, Drake insisted he wasn't going to discuss it.
This already is gonna tell me it's clearly not Drake, right? So Drake didn't tell her this. Again, first of all, I reached out to Drake too. Drake, he's not speaking on this, right? And he doesn't need to speak on it. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a lawsuit. You get what I'm saying?
As always, that silence created a vacuum. And in the absence of any real clarification about his intentions from Drake, his fanbase tried to fill in the blanks. Meanwhile, from everyone else, he was resoundingly clowned, with many of those who had been in the same circles as him and knew more than the public was privy to, feeling like he deserved it.
And so now we see what he's doing at the face of adversity.
Or he's a selfish, lying, manipulative sack of shit who has made enemies for 50.
Nah, him and Joe Budden, they be having the most off and on relationship, like the love-hate relationship I ever seen.
15 years, and now we're here at the fucking boiling point.
Should I turn this up?
You've been behind the scenes, being the biggest sack of shit you can possibly be. I'm not here to fucking play games with you niggas. Niggas know what it is out there.
People like Budden weren't the only ones either, as almost everyone who ever grew weary of Drake's endless subliminals relished in seeing him fall down.
Drake has been openly and covertly taking shot after shot after shot after shot after shot at like his contemporaries at total randos like Esperanza Spalding, taking the crappiest side totally at random in the whole Megan Tory Lanez thing. Honestly, like, nobody asked what you thought about any of these things or any of these people. You're just making yourself look like a fucking asshole. You're just making enemy after enemy after enemy, totally for no reason whatsoever. Like, of course that's gonna catch up to you at some point. He constantly bitches and moans and whines and complains about, oh, I got no friends in the industry. It's lonely at the top. Like, that has nothing to do with you. That's not your doing in any way whatsoever. That's just like
that's crazy
by accident.
because I think about it now.
People were mean. While others who weren't so gleeful about it tried to step in his shoes and unpack what was going on. In 50 Cent's case, he saw it as a desperate attempt to abruptly shut down the entire world from calling him a PDF file during one of the biggest sporting events on the planet.
I thought that was Drake's team trying to prevent the Super Bowl from doing more damage. Right. Because if you sue Apple and you sue the Universal Music Group during the period
That's
where
crazy
Apple
because
was
we're
over
gonna
the
see
music at the Super Bowl.
We're gonna see on whenever in February the Super Bowl we're gonna see Kendrick Lamar. I'm pretty sure Kendrick Lamar's gonna play that song. We're all gonna be here for Kendrick Lamar to play that song and rebirth the trauma and the damage that's coming to Drake.
Halftime.
Revive
And
it.
they're already in the lawsuit, so they're already financially having to incur costs to defend themselves, and they know what that is regardlessly. We know how much frivolous lawsuits come through, but it costs you a minimum of the money to cut and handle it. So when they see that, if you didn't reach out, if his attorneys reached out to corporate at the NFL and said, we have this issue over this song, it's already a pending case. We don't want you guys to allow that to air and then you be a part of the damages.
Then, out of nowhere, Drake seemed to have second thoughts. Suddenly, he was backtracking, retracting the petition after his company, Frozen Moments LLC, revealed that they had, quote, met and conferred with UMG and Spotify on January 14th, 2025 regarding this filing. Spotify unsurprisingly had no objection to the withdrawal and discontinuance, while UMG chose to stay completely silent on the matter. As it seemed like they were about to put this behind them without costs to any party, people began to wonder why. Initially, the obvious reason seemed to be that the fierce battle with UMG seriously damaged his capacity to release music, meaning that he now needed to drop tracks in covert ways, such as that massive 100 gigs drop he did, or the Fighting Irish freestyle.
He might as well just tell us, prepare for a cold winter, because I don't think we're getting no new music from him. I don't want that, so that's why I think it's bad. I want new Drake music, and I want his music to do well. I don't think his music or anybody's music could do the best to its
See, this is why I hate this stuff about the music industry, because I'm like, bro, if I'm an artist, I just want to make music, bro. I want to put it out for my fans to enjoy and all this shit. Yeah, I want to get money, but I don't want to be to the point where I'm restricted from putting out music whenever I want to.
The label. It's an industry, it's baked in the cake. If you're not with Universal, Sony, or if you're not with Warner, your music just won't get to the next leg.
Still, even with the petition being withdrawn, it seemed like there'd be consequence for it. In the eyes of Wack 100, he felt that the whole thing was such a bad look that he was bound to sell less when it came time to drop again.
Well, what's gonna happen now, he probably gonna end up getting 250 to 400 instead of the 600 he was chasing. His next album is probably gonna do a 30% drop. Why? Because everything you snitched on, fucking it up for the up-and-coming artists, they're not going to use.
I don't think so.
So if he was dead like,
we gotta realize at the end of the day,
like 275 to 300.
We gotta realize at the end of the day, this is Drake, bro.
Get that extra push. You told, nigga.
Yet
this is Drake. This is not no rando. This is Drake, bro.
Most important thing was that for a brief moment, the whole thing seemed like it was over. And while it naturally prompted more mockery to come his way, it was nothing Drake wasn't used to at this point.
Obviously, the sheer asinine decision to file legal filings over a rap battle is one of the wildest cases of spiraling I think I've ever seen in rap, right? On its own. And so now here we are 6 weeks after, we'll say.
But if people like Wack, Charlemagne, and essentially every cultural voice not named DJ Academics or Maul thought it looked terrible, well, he was about to make things a whole lot worse for his next play. Where the optics were pretty shady, even when it was a petition to sue over alleged bots, Drake then went one further and decided to file a full defamation lawsuit against UMG. And immediately, people couldn't believe it.
I'm just laying out the facts here and saying, this does not look good. This looks like you're outside of the culture. This looks like you are doing something crazy. If you have an explanation for it, I'd like to hear it. I'd love to hear Drake's explanation for this. It might be a brilliant one, but as of now, it just looks.
Is it me? Is it just me, or am I the only person that like just feels like I don't care about this? Him suing Universal, UMG, or whatever, suing UMG or Spotify. I just want some good music, but he can't. But the only reason it's important to me because he can't drop no good music or no music at all because he's suing the company. He's suing the people that's distributing the music. You're suing the people that's over you dropping or not. You can't drop if you sue them. But the thing is, I can see Drake was a nobody that had no money like that, and his beef wasn't like this. Him getting beat by Kendrick was like so important to his career. Like it's just another L you gotta take, just like the Pusha T, and just move on. But you dragging it out even more with the UMG and the suing UMG and Spotify for defamation when they're not the ones who called you the PDF. They're not the one who called you the PDF. It was Kendrick and there's people after that. You gotta sue them. You can't just go to UMG. Okay, they promoted the diss against you. If Kendrick never called you a PDF on that, would you have filed a lawsuit against him for defamation? Like, we gotta be honest. Like, come on now. It just is what it is. You call him stuff too. If they would have boosted that, would Kendrick got sued? No, he don't care.
Like he's suing somebody for doing the thing that everybody does in a rap battle, which is talk shit. And do we really think that people are out there trying to beat up Drake or kill Drake or get vigilante justice for pedophilia? I'm not sure I believe that.
With that one decision, Drake seemed to cement the idea that he was a loser. And as a hilarious byproduct of the whole thing, some of his past bars from the beef now look hilarious. For instance, there's this line from The Hard Part 6 where he said, "First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet it's filed in?" Or the line on Taylor Made, where he dared Kendrick to basically call him a PDF file. But the most notable and relevant line to what Drizzy is experiencing now doesn't even come from this specific era. Instead, it's a bar from More Life's Do Not Disturb where he said, "I'd probably self-destruct if I ever lose, but I never do." Because now that he's facing a career-altering L, he's essentially done exactly that. But this didn't happen in isolation. Instead, it's been an accumulation of terrible moves that's led us to this present moment where now it appears
that's what I'm saying. It was like losing a rap battle. Nobody care you lost, bro. But it's just the stuff that you're doing after, bro. You should have took a break, bro. I be telling these rappers, bro. I told Meek Mill himself on the phone. I said, Meek Mill, you gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop. But Meek Mill didn't want to listen to me, bro. I said, Meek Mill, you gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop posting on Instagram, Twitter, all this stuff, bro. Go ghost. Meek Mill's like, nah, bro, I got this, bro. I got to control. I said, all right, bro. I said, all right, you got it. I didn't tell Drake that because I thought Drake knew. He knew better, but I guess he don't, bro. I don't know even if I should call him and tell him this stuff because he should know.
Have done irredeemable damage to his career, legacy, and prospects for the future. At the moment, Drake is suing Universal Music Group in federal court for spreading what he deemed to be a false and malicious narrative about him, arguing that they are now valuing corporate greed over the safety and well-being of its artists. Drake and his legal team have tried their utmost to insist that this has got nothing to do with the loss in the battle itself. UMG may spin this complaint as a rap beef gone legal, the documents read, but this lawsuit is about a war of words between artists. Drake alleges that UMG unleashed every weapon in its arsenal to amplify Lamar's track, even though the company was fully aware that the lyrics were not only false, but dangerous. Feeling betrayed by his own record label, which he claims waged a campaign against him while refusing to address the issue as a business matter, Drake said he had no choice but to pursue legal action against UMG. Despite claiming it wasn't about a war of words, the lawsuit zeroes in on just that. In the lawsuit, Drake argues that the song is defamatory, alleging the lyrics, album cover, and video promote a false and malicious narrative, accusing him of being a certified pedophile and a who should be placed on neighborhood watch. It also claims that the song cover depicts his Toronto home, marked with icons used by apps like Citizen to identify offender, while the video reinforces this narrative with imagery linked to trafficking and a hopscotch scene paired with the line, "Trying to strike a chord, but it's probably A minor." Despite the lawsuit targeting UMG, Drake maintains Kendrick isn't the issue. The lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that chose to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize allegations it knew were not only false but dangerous. Much as they did when the petition was brought up initially, UMG's sentiment remained one of dismissal. Experiencing a rare moment where the major labels aren't seen as the evil empire that they usually are, Universal Music Group has relished the opportunity to tell Drake to get over the loss, rather than seeking revenge where it's not warranted. In a lengthy statement, Universal pushed back against Drake's lawsuit, calling his claims both false and illogical. They emphasized their long-standing support for Drake, citing massive investments in his career and the tireless efforts of their employees to help him achieve historic success. They also argued that Drake had willingly used their platform to engage in rap battles in the past and is now attempting to weaponize the legal system to silence another artist's creative expression. Overall,
I don't know why Drake did it, bro.
They firmly denied engaging in defamation and vowed to vigorously defend themselves and their artists against what they see as frivolous litigation. Almost immediately, the lawsuit had become a source of hilarity. To legal professionals, it has been deemed so flimsy that he's getting cooked by legal experts on live television.
It seems like a failed attempt sort of not to look petty, not to look like he's suing the artist that just, you know, annihilated him in this rap battle. Let's just call it for what it is. That song is a banger, right?
All the while, the shift in tone and approach was one that only further damaged his standing among hip-hop fans. Because while here he had previously said that the petition was about bots,
y'all know my attention span is not that high.
This is literally about the lyrical content of the track. What's wild is that he's now trying to suppress free speech, which goes against everything he previously stood for, especially when he advocated for Young Thug, a rapper whose lyrics were being used against first heard Not Like Us to artificially boost its popularity. Immediately, Zayas and B. Lou disputed
Zayas? Come on now, bro. They've been in the game too long for you to get the name wrong, bro.
Claims of being paid. Instead, they argued that the song simply went hard.
If this your first time hearing Not Like Us, what the f are you supposed to do? If a motherfucker come on this bitch, dun 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 dun, you know, it's what the f you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
That shit was a banger.
What am I supposed to do?
That shit was a banger. Even you as a Drake fan, you can admit that Not Like Us was the definite banger in this whole entire beat.
And in what must be an alarming new trend for Drizzy, even academics conceded that he was maybe in denial about the track just striking a major chord.
Yeah, no, it was a hit. It was a hit.
Because the narrative that they trying to spin in this lawsuit is that UMG's created incentives for reactors to react in the way that we did, and that's why the song went up. When it's like, no, regardless of anything UMG did, we was gonna react the same way that we did,
bro.
Because
we did the same way with Drake, bro. When his shit was booming, bro, I'm hearing bars and I'm lit, bro. I get lit, bro. That's me, bro. You feel me?
I've said this to a few people privately, but I think I've said this publicly too. I think one of the ways how Drake views this whole thing is that he really don't think that song is as lit as
what was I saying earlier?
But it is though. You feel me?
Faced with this wild accusation, the duo even considered how they could get a bag from Drake over it with a suit of their own.
And you really try to call it straight, but can you show the guy some love? And no money was offered. No, absolutely no money was offered.
Like, you idiot. And then he kept on making it worse. Like, bro kept on making it worse. He kept on making it worse because now he's talking about the streamers and stuff like that. Talking about, oh, they were paid to like the songs. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I probably would have got paid, but them, well, nah.
Check up on my son like a pediatrician, like, yo, what's going on with you?
I like when Drake raps, but why are you sitting around writing the heartbreak records?
But that's what Drake at some point was gonna drop it after Universal probably be like, this is a bad look for us, whatever.
Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Like LeBron James, Drake is like Drake. I mean, that's just who he is now.
With things spiraling out of control, it's got to the point that even long-term fans are struggling to abide by it or even engage with his art. Kendrick destroyed Drake so badly that I legitimately can't listen to Drake anymore. Yeah, it's kind of difficult, can't lie. And as if that wasn't bad enough, even some of his biggest offenders are washing their hands of.
It does make it kind of hard to listen to Drake, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I ain't gonna, and that's crazy to have to say that right now because It's crazy how something in real life could change the way, you know, with the music, stuff like that. So I bet you some people still listen to Diddy, but find it hard to listen to Drake. It's just like that, you know. Some people listen to R. Kelly and bum R. Kelly and I was finna say Bill Cosby, but bum R. Kelly and still listen to Drake. I mean, can't listen to Drake. It's just, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm finna write this because it was too much politics about Drake, about just one nigga. I ain't got time, all this time in the world just for one nigga. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna get on to the next, and we're finna do a lot of shit like that. Yeah.